Hello, everyone. We'll wait just a minute for people to join. Glad to be here. Hi there. Hello, everyone. Okay, let's start slowly. Welcome, everyone, to this fourth news flash for the Gossip development phase. So, to remind everyone of what we're doing here, we're trying to develop a new kind of decentralized private chat app that works in a way that even if we completely disappear, if censorship is set up, if chat control passes, it's too late. There is some kind of super private chat available to everyone, and it cannot be censored. That's kind of general idea. So remember, our goal was to have something that's private, so the conversations are encrypted, metadata is sealed so that nobody knows who's chatting to whom. There's no central server, nobody can take it down. Even the front end is hosted on the decentralized web on Masa, so nobody can kill the system, and it's going to be there forever. So that's what we're building. And every week, every Tuesday, I'm going to give you a little news flash on what we have built so far and explain the progress of the previous week. So today I'm gonna give you a little quick demo on the new version. We have made quite a few changes. So first of all, so this is the splash screen of the progressive web app. It's hosted directly on the decentralized web on Masa, so it cannot be taken down easily. Uh, Here is the onboarding process. The idea is that either you have a mnemonic and you can import an existing account, or you create a new account. Here I'm gonna use a password because I'm on a computer. I don't have biometrics. Um, and enter password. Here it is. I have no discussions yet, but I have new functions. So here is my user ID. I can back up my account. I can share my contact. We'll show you how it works after. I can also scan a QR code to import another contact, or I can simply create a new chat here by adding a new contact based on user ID, or by scanning QR code, or by uploading its public keys directly through a file. So here we're gonna start simple. I'm going to actually share my contact directly with my phone. So I have also Gossip installed on my phone. I'm going to scan the QR code. And here, normally, I have a request. I forgot to mention it and I actually forgot to put it there. But when I send a request, I can also add a little message. I just forgot to do it, but I can show you afterwards. I can add a message that says, okay, I'm that person that you have met at that place, and the person who receives the request can refuse the reject the request or accept it. Here, I forgot to put a message, so it just says new request. Just be careful with that message. It's a message that is not as secure as the rest. It doesn't have post-compromise security, which means that uh, if the destination's private keys are broken, taken by an attacker, they can read this first announcement message. So please keep it minimal. Make sure that it's safe. So here I'm gonna accept the request and name it Damir phone because that's me on the phone. And here I have a conversation working, and on my phone I can see exactly what's going on, and I can respond. So I can have a proper chat here. So there are some new functions. Typically, I can reply to a message by double clicking on it. Um, I can add more contacts. I can typically, here's how it looks like when I add a contact. For example, I can scan the QR code. I can write a contact request, a little message. I can type the name I want to appear here. There's also a default name that appears that's encoded in the QR code based on the username, but it's not necessary. And here I can also manually type the user ID of the person. And once you have this, you can chat with the person. And all the messages are end-to-end encrypted. They are gossiped through the network. And the idea here is that it uses a post-quantum double ratchet system and post-compromise security, which means that if one of the people in the conversation gets their keys leaked, the attacker cannot read the previous nor the next messages. Another cool thing is that if the person you're talking to gets their secret keys leaked, or that they well, if the secret keys are leaked, the attacker cannot read the messages, cannot do anything much. On the other hand, if the person you talk to decides to leak all the messages of the conversation, you have something called plausible deniability, which means that uh, you can deny ever having sent the messages. It happens that the system is designed in a way that at every message, new private keys are deduced, and these private keys are shared. Both sides have them. So both sides can forge a conversation with each other. They can break the system between each other. And this is on purpose because if the person you talk to leaks the conversation, you can claim that it has never happened, that the person that leaked it has forged it. That's called plausible deniability. So we have this system. Now it's starting to work more and more. Of course, there's still many features missing. Um, Sending emojis is working, but we need like an emoji panel there. Sending rich text, sending attachments, um, sharing directly contacts here. All these is coming. Also, we're discussing on how to achieve uh, video calls, audio calls. This is gonna come later. We are also right now deploying on iOS test flight. So you're gonna be able to test it as a native app. For now, it's a progressive web app, so people can already install it uh, based on their browser. But we're gonna also release native apps. There's iOS test flight coming. There's also the Android APK coming, and also the Android testing app coming in the app stores. Of course, if it's censored in the app stores, it's still gonna be available as a progressive web app on the DWeb. Um, we also have a few features there that allows making sure to reset your app when we update the app so that everything is in sync, backup the account. All this stuff is working. So for now, it's quite simple. But the interesting part is the backend because here it's actually truly encrypted end to end from scratch. And for now, the backend is still not fully functional, but already the backend cannot know uh, who's talking to whom, and the backend cannot know um, the content of the messages. Soon, we're gonna make the backend use a gossiping system that's very different from the way you see it in other systems where typically if you have Tor or if you have any kind of the systems where you have a multi-hop system that has routing, the idea is that in the routing case, you just need to compromise the 3 or 2 hops between you and the target. Here it's a gossip system. The messages are gossiped the same way transactions will be gossiped inside Bitcoin, for example, or Ethereum. So all nodes receive all encrypted messages. So it's very hard to discriminate who's sending what to whom. And that gives it its true power. So we are working on implementing the backend right now and also adding the missing features. As soon as we have a testable alpha version, we are going to publish it for the community to be able to play with it. But you can already, it already works for chatting, sending, receiving messages, and it's post-quantum encrypted. So even somebody with a quantum computer cannot break it. It's already post-compromise security. So basically, it already has many of the features you expect. Of course, there's more features coming. Also, for the people again who need this kind of chats, who need privacy, who are in danger or who really want privacy and are not satisfied with the existing solutions, please reach out to us. Tell us what's missing in the other solutions. Tell us what you want to see in such a solution, and we will add it. It's very easy for us to add stuff right now. It's gonna become more and more hard. Um, we have uh, so we have all these things, and if you have any ideas of also features who might be missing elsewhere, tell us. If you have um, also needs that are not covered, we can discuss. We can implement them for free to respond to your needs. That's truly what we want. We just came back from a conference in Argentina where we met quite a few cypherpunks, and they told us about all the cool stuff they want to see in such a system, and we're gonna work on implementing it. So there's a few questions here. Um, we know Gossip is quantum resistant, but is Massa network itself completely quantum resistant? No, Massa is not quantum resistant. Right now, Massa signatures are not post-quantum. Actually, not a single blockchain right now that's really functional is quantum resistant, for the simple reason that it doesn't scale. It's very hard to scale blocks and transactions given post-quantum signatures because they're very heavy and they're very big. So for peer-to-peer communication, it's okay because we will only be using Massa for the peer-to-peer communication part. We would, if we use Massa, let's see if how we implement this. But we would not be using the consensus part of Massa. We would not be piggybacking on blocks or something like this. So we would not be piggybacking on the stuff that's not quantum resistant on Massa. If Google Play deletes the APK, how can people trust the APK on the DWeb? Well, at some point, you need to have a trusted source from where you need to download the software. That's a problem that will always be there. So if people know that gossip.massa is trustworthy, they will just query gossip.massa and download it from there. Of course, for that, they need to trust their node. So they need to know where to download their Massa node or whatever. I mean, they need either a provider they trust. In the end, that's something nobody has solved. In the end, you need to trust somehow a provider. Whether you download the Tor software from somewhere, right? So you trust that somewhere. There's this first step that you always need to trust. That's something we will not solve, that nobody will solve because it's not solvable. So that's kind of the issue. But we can make sure that that's the only thing we need to trust. You need to trust a source for the software where you can download it, and we make sure that with this system we make sure that it's on the DWeb. So if you have a source on the DWeb that serves it for you, or if you connect to the DWeb using your node, you know it's always gonna be there. Nobody can prevent you from downloading from there. If it's hosted on, let's say, GitHub, there's already some countries where GitHub is prohibited, so it's already an issue. The idea here is to have a source that you trust and you can access from where you can always download it. So yeah, that's kind of the general state of things. Again, if you have any ideas, any needs, please contact us. We continue working on improving the system. Every week, we're gonna continue doing this little quick summary on the news. In the same way, if you have ideas of apps you want to create on top of it, if you want to donate to the Massa Foundation to help the construction of this thing, because it's going to be a free product, feel free to help us. If you want to use it, to test it, feel free to contact us as well. We're going to release a testing phase very soon. But for people who have this URL, you can already start playing with it, but we don't guarantee stability for now. So feel free to play, but mostly when we officially release the alpha version. And that's it for today. If you have any other questions, feel free. For now, we're gonna continue doing these small news flashes every week, and we're gonna keep you updated with all the news. We're gonna start growing the community as well, so stay in touch. We're gonna start activity there as well. So please stay on our socials and continue following Gossip. We're gonna show you some news every week. And that's it for me today. Thank you everyone for being there, and good luck to everyone. Feel free to, if you have any questions, contact us. And see you next time. Bye bye.